The in-between generation sure gets a lot of great movies. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 teen movie franchises. For this list, we'll be going over some of the best movie franchises that prominently feature teenagers in lead roles.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out SoundMojo's latest artist, Dominica D. Find the link in the description below.
If somehow you knew that your love could make a fool of me, tell me, baby, what would you do?
Number 10, High School Musical franchise.
Flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can't reach.
Nothing says the teenage experience quite like high school. This musical franchise is, big shocker, about a group of high school kids who both perform in musicals within the story and are in one themselves, while also following their lives throughout the rest of their time in secondary school.
I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. That's who I am, that is my plan. We'll end up on top, you can bet on it, bet on it, bet on it.
The High School Musical franchise manages to encapsulate the teenage experience with unforgettable rhymes and characters we all feel like we know.
East High is having friends that we'll keep for the rest of our lives. And I guess that means we really are all in this together. Because once a wildcat, always a wildcat.
The characters may be archetypal and the music generic, but being cliched also means the cast are relatable, and the songs may be stock, but they're so dang catchy.
You know the world can see us in a way that's different than who we are.
Number 9, The Twilight Saga.
Hello. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to introduce myself last week. I'm Edward Cullen. You're Bella?
Yes.
Based on the smash hit book series of the same name, The Twilight Saga depicts the romance between high school every girl Bella Swan and vampire Edward Cullen, as well as the supernatural forces that threaten to keep them apart. Although somewhat divisive among film critics, there's no denying the impact the series has had in reinvigorating the fantasy romance genre and in how successful it's been financially.
Here goes nothing.
What the hell are you doing?
You don't live in the world you think you do.
Jacob, put your clothes on.
Now this may seem strange, really strange, but stranger things happen every day. Trust me.
Love it, hate to love it, or love to hate it, The Twilight Saga struck a chord with teens and adults alike, and has managed to become a fixture of pop culture. Number 8, American Pie franchise.
That's number 5 and 6 for the Stiffmeister.
Teen films frequently touch on the topic of sex, but few franchises have made it their, tentpole, pun intended, quite like American Pie.
I don't want to seem like a dork.
Oh, I know that feeling. You spend your life playing in the band, it doesn't exactly give you the ultra cool hipster image.
I think you're pretty cool.
Seriously?
Yeah.
These movies follow a group of sex-crazed teenagers as they develop into sex-crazed young adults and then into sex-crazed regular adults, all while getting into outlandish and often hilarious situations that usually have a sexual component.
So basically, prom is our last chance.
Oh, dude, prom sucks.
I know, but you gotta think about it this way. I mean, all the parties afterwards, the chicks are gonna want to do it.
Yeah, he's right. It's like tradition or something.
With the Rose Bowl.
As outrageous as these films can be, they still have a down-to-earth feel to the characters and situations, making them relatable enough that they can occasionally tug on our heartstrings, when they're not busting our guts with laughter.
Nadia, I am a band geek. I just never joined the band.
You go get your geek.
Number 7, the Divergent series. A dystopian YA series based on the books of the same name, the Divergent series follows a teenager named Triss in a society where people are divided according to values, and her discovery of a conspiracy involving those who belong to multiple factions like her.
Maybe the way to help Chicago is going beyond the wall.
What if there's nothing out there? What if there is nothing left?
While its critical reception was so-so, and it may bear a striking resemblance to some of our entries yet to come, the Divergent series still distinguishes itself with strong lead performances, especially by Shailene Woodley, and issues of belonging which teens can empathize with.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
I know exactly who you are.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Number 6, Scream franchise.
They'd watch prom night, they'd save time. There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
While there are dozens of teen horror and slasher franchises to choose from, we decided on Scream.
No, it's just what's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
Unlike most of the horror movie series out there, the characters of Scream are familiar with many common tropes of the genre, leading to lots of metafictional humor throughout, as well as characters who feel more like people instead of the usual inevitable victims in horror films that we've been conditioned not to get attached to.
What a film it turned out to be, huh? I mean, introducing Sydney the victim. Sydney the survivor. Sydney the star!
The Scream franchise revitalized the horror genre, and it's still one that feels refreshing to this day.
There's a phone we believe may have been taken from the scene of a crime. Deputy Hicks has traced its location back to these coordinates.
Number 5, SpiderMan franchise.
Well, Pete's taking the subway. Don't mind us, she just needs to use the elevator.
Wait! Who are you?
You know who I am.
I do.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Everyone's favorite web-slinging superhero has been appearing on the silver screen for many years, and he's usually portrayed as, if not necessarily by, a teenager. This lends Spider-Man an extra level of relatability for teens than most other superheroes. Not only does Spidey have to contend with villains threatening New York, but he also has to do so while juggling all the typical issues faced by teenagers, whether it's his first job, girls, or school in general. All of the franchise's individual series have their own strengths, and each has spoken to a new generation, so it was impossible for us to single one out.
Hey, what's up? I'm Spider-Man. Just thought I'd swing by and say hello to my buddy Peter. Oh, what's up, Ned? Hey, where's Peter anyways? He must be around.
Number 4, Maze Runner franchise.
Day one, Greenie. Rise and shine.
Another YA book adaptation. The Maze Runner series follows a group of amnesiac teens who awaken in a mysterious maze and their attempts to escape it. However, even getting out doesn't mean the strange tests are over. The Maze Runner films do a better and more literal job than most at encapsulating the teenage zeitgeist of feeling like you're lost in a world you don't understand. While these movies are generally easier to find your way through than real life, they'll still get you thinking about your own path, and entertain you to boot.
I said I had a win. I didn't say you were gonna like it.
Number 3, the Hunger Games franchise. The biggest and best of the YA dystopian franchises, The Hunger Games follows Katniss, a contestant in the eponymous games of Kill or Be Killed, who gradually becomes involved in a movement to overthrow the regime responsible for them.
That means you're gonna have to have some allies.
Okay. I think that if we...
Whoop, you're not the problem.
No.
Look, you're starting at a disadvantage. Most of these people have been friends for years.
That just puts us higher on their kill list.
Do it your own way, but I know these people.
The franchise depicts a frightening and well-realized future world and features compelling and memorable characters, with its lead being an iconic character.
Unless, of course, Peter, you think that perhaps she's being forced into saying things that she doesn't even understand.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think.
Even his voice is
They're
different.
using her to whip up the rebels. I doubt she even knows what's happening or what's really at stake.
Were it not for the age and impact of our top 2, The Hunger Games might be a contender, but the competition among teen films is a fierce one.
You'll be happy to hear that Katniss's mother has been training new medical units in the capital. Gail has been promoted to a captain in District 2 to help keep order and security. And I am loving every moment with my son, who reminds me every day of his father. We've all suffered so much, but we owe it to their memories and to our children to do our best with these lives. I hope you're both finding some peace.
Number 2, Back to the Future franchise.
Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they?
Yes, if you think about it, this is a franchise of teen movies. Centered on Marty McFly, a teenage wannabe rocker, and his eccentric friend Doc Brown, a genius scientist who created a time machine out of the most unreliable car in history, the Back to the Future movies are a blast, both from the past and in general, with hilarious comedy, iconic characters and quotes, and spectacular music. These aren't just great teen films, but also great movies overall that have had an indelible impact on pop culture, past, present, and future.
Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one. Both of you.
We will, Doc!
You're gonna be kicking yourself if you haven't guessed our number 1 pick by now. But before we get to it, here are a few honorable mentions.
Rushing the party, guess they lost my invitation. Friendly reminder, got my own kind of persuasion.
Looks like this place could use a bit of misbehavior. Happily ever after with a little flavor.
Who are you?
Who am I? The Normulus. I am their master. And I must see to it that you die.
No more hiding who I wanna be. This is me.
That's the song. So that must be the girl. You think?
Oh my God. Somebody knows, Helen. How? I don't know. Julie, we were so careful. Were we? What if somebody saw us? What if somebody else was there that night?
And this may change your life. This could change all of our lives. It really could. The trip is almost free. We're right there.
I can't handle 4 girls alone in Spain.
Absolutely not.
So you'd have to come with us, Dorothea.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Harry Potter franchise.
I've read about those.
Of course it's Harry Potter. In case you've been living in a cupboard under the stairs for the last few decades, this book series turned film series follows the titular boy wizard and his friends in their adventures throughout their time studying magic, as well as battling evil, namely the inhuman wizard who killed Harry's parents. The franchise's massive cast of unforgettable characters, many of whom grew up before our eyes, as well as the endlessly intriguing wizarding world hidden right next to our own, have captured the imaginations of people all over the world.
Thought you were leaving without saying goodbye, did you? This is for you.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments, and hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.